Well, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency's top cop was in Jacksonville today. He oversees DEA operations worldwide, then reports directly to Attorney General William Barr.
This was not just a social visit.
We're here to address a growing problem in North Florida, which is methamphetamine distribution and use.
That's Acting DEA Administrator Timothy Shea. Today, he met with Jacksonville Sheriff Mike Williams to talk about the city's rise in violent crimes and how many of these crimes are directly related to one of the most ruthless drug cartels in the world.
After he met with Sheriff Williams, he held an exclusive one-on-one interview with News4Jax reporter Erik Avanier. He was briefed on the current drug threat to Jacksonville and North Florida. Erik's joining us live from the downtown area tonight. Erik, what did you learn?
Yes, well, I learned authorities at the highest level in Washington, D.C. are paying close attention to the gun violence here in Jacksonville because they say a lot of that violence is tied to illegal narcotics brought into this country by the drug cartels.
Yeah, we have to follow where it goes.
During my interview with Acting DEA Administrator Timothy Shea, he made it clear that meth is currently the #1 drug threat to Jacksonville. He also says Cartel Jalisco, also known as CJNG, is the main drug cartel in Mexico whose meth is being sold throughout Jacksonville and North Florida.
It's a very violent organization. It's a worldwide organization that's growing, and it's one that ships meth directly into North Florida primarily through Atlanta.
Atlanta is one of several major U.S. cities identified by the DEA as a regional drug distribution hub.
They use people here in the United States to distribute their drugs, which is, a lot of times it's the violent street gangs.
And that's where Jacksonville's violence comes into the discussion. Shea says much of the deadly violence on Jacksonville streets is related to drug trafficking, and it's not going unnoticed by officials at the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C.
We see an increase in the murder rate, an increase in the aggravated assault rate. We have more violent crime in Jacksonville that we're trying to address by going after the drug trafficking organizations.
Back in February, the DEA launched a 6-month operation to go after Cartel Jalisco operatives in both the U.S. and Mexico. It was called Operation Crystal Shield. Shea says the operation was a success.
We were able to seize over 28,000 pounds of meth. We made 1,800 arrests, seized $43 million in cash from the profits of the drug cartels, and also 284 guns and firearms were seized.
And as productive as that may sound, there is still a lot of work to be done to disrupt and dismantle the cartel to stop the flow of meth into Jacksonville and surrounding areas. Now, Shea also said the COVID-19 pandemic is currently affecting drug trafficking from Mexico, and here's the reason why. He says prior to the border closing as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, small shipments of meth were coming into the U.S. Via small vehicles, personal vehicles, but now that the border is closed to non-essential travel, larger shipments of that meth is coming in those large commercial vehicles crossing the border into the U.S. Reporting live, Erik Avanier, Channel 4, the local station.